So we are very close to new bike day for me. I got my new bike coming this week. It's in the post as we speak, or getting posted as we speak. So hopefully have it built up and ready to roll by the weekend. It's Monday right now. I've decided to go the Cushcore XC. So this is quite light, 140 grams versus the 250 or so for the standard Cushcore, which standard Cushcore is killer. I love it. But my theory was initially I'm going to run Cushcore Light or XC in the front and Tannis tyre armour in the rear. But the Tannis tyre armour, I've had it in the rear and I've had it set up as a mullet on the track a couple of times. And with it in the rear versus without it in that tyre, it is very harsh. Excellent protection, definitely excellent protection. Like it's very hard. Like you can probably hear me tapping on it. It's quite a hard piece of foam, and it creates vibration in the wheel. It definitely creates a little bit more harshness from what I've felt anyway. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's what I was feeling. So I'll see how it goes without that and see if it's just a really, really stiff wheel making it harsh. But I don't think so. I've run these flows for years. Didn't run them on the Trek at all, obviously, 28 hole hubs. But ran them on my Patrol, ran them on my Remedy, and ran them on ran one on my Rain, my 2015 Rain. So anyway, Tannis tyre armour, not a fan of it. It's light, it's killer, but it's just too harsh in the tyre. So that's not going to happen. I might put the XC in the back and leave nothing in the front, or I'll put a full Cushcore in the back. So I do like a full Cushcore. We got the Lezyne side load, right hand side load bottle cage. Plenty of room in the frame of the bike I'm getting, so I won't tell you what I'm getting yet. A lot of you have got your own ideas of what I'm doing. This will give you an idea. 27.5 on the back, 27.5 on the front. DHF max grip, DHR2 max Terra double down. That'll probably tear. I'll probably end up with a downhill tyre on the back eventually, but we'll see. I want to try these Mazda Enduros when they come back in stock. We got a Lyric 170mm for the front, not brand new. It's the fork's brand new. It's not the newest model. It's a 2021 model. So C1 spring. I've got a B1 spring ready to roll into it. I'll start it as it is with the C1. I'll run 4 tokens, get it singing, and then I'll go B1 back to back and see what I like in the 27. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the B1 again. We'll see. My old Super Deluxe. So I sold this to Jimmy for his ransom, and then he got a coil eventually, and I bought it back off him. So it's got the can off of the Trek through shaft at the moment on it, because I've got the Megneg on the Trek through shaft Super Deluxe, testing to see the difference between this can and the Megneg can and see where the equivalent is. So with the Megneg, I've found Megneg and one band is the same as this can, more or less. So if you were to do, you got the Trek Slash and you wanted to, I could improve this shock by going to Megneg. I don't think you can really improve it too much. I think it is what it is. I think that through shaft creates a lot of friction and creates a lot of frequency vibration. So it's not quite as supple as a standard Super Deluxe. So that's going on the new rig to test, and I'll eventually be on a coil on the new rig anyway. So fun and games. 40mm stem is an absolute necessity. Race face effect. So this is strong. This is a strong stem. It's what was on my Patrol. Race face bars, 20mm rise there. They're old handlebars off my Patrol as well, so they're cut to 740, so they might be a little bit narrow for me, but we'll chuck them on, see how we go. I might even end up putting the Tag Metals ones off of the Trek, off of the Slash on there, so they're a really good bar. GX Eagle 12 speed derailleur. brand spanker, should be good. The only reason I didn't go on XT is literally because of this little button thing that we got on these GXs. So when you're messing around with your chain or taking a back wheel off or whatever, you can push the cage out the way and lock it in with that lock button. Love that. The XT's a killer too, but a lot of servicing on the clutch and whatnot. But the upside of the XT is, or even the Dior or SLX, is the clutch will always be good or it'll always work because you've got adjustment. You can keep it tight. Whereas these flog out eventually and they just get loose and slappy. So not into that, but doesn't matter. If it gets loose before it's out of warranty, I'll warranty it. If not, I'll just keep running it. The one on the track has lasted, 12, 15, maybe 18 months now. So it's getting a little bit slappy, but it's not terrible. It's not dropping chains yet. Tag metals. These pedals are my favourite pedals. These are my favourite. They're up there with my favourites. So most flat pedals are getting to be similar these days. A nice concave shape to them, so the middle doesn't rise up, which I love. The pins are in the right spots. There's heaps of grip there. They're plastic. They're light, or nylon. They're light. I haven't done any damage to the ones I've got on my Trek now, and they've been on for at least 6 months, and they've been getting hounded. Probably 9 months. They've been getting smashed, and there's nothing. So I like the profile. I like the length at the back. So I've always liked the nuke-proof Horizons, but I've found that from the middle to the back, that distance there on the nuke-proof Horizons is just a little shorter than these, and it makes it easier to kind of, when you roll, you're pedaling around, pedaling on a technical climb or something, occasionally you can kind of roll it under your foot and like roll the back of your foot up over it, and that's real annoying. And I never get this with these pedals. I used to get it sometimes with the nuke-proofs, but these have got a long enough back end that doesn't happen, and yeah, they've been durable. So Tag metals, I went them again. They're only $85. Can't go wrong. Sram Dub, 165 cranks. Crazy to run anything longer than 165 on a mountain bike. Unless you're really, really tall, you could get away with a 170, but 175 when you're pedaling and there's rocks and stuff that we're pedaling over and you run a low bottom bracket as we do on a mountain bike, just makes no sense to run anything longer than a 165. I think we're going to see in the next couple of years the 160 start to become more prevalent. 155 on e-bikes, yeah, but probably not that short on normal bikes. Maybe, maybe not. But I reckon we're definitely going to see some more 160s floating around, because 165's no worries. 170's long, 175 is ridiculous. But we just got to change that paradigm to 165's really short. No, it's not. It's adequate. So anyway, Sram Gx Chain. So I've got an XO1 chain on my 12 speed at the moment on the Slash, which has been good. But everyone says it's way better than the GX, but I didn't notice any difference, to be honest. They feel exactly the same. I'm assuming it'll last longer than the GX, but shifting quality was the same. So Galfa pads. Now these things they had an issue with a batch where the pad was coming off of the backing plate, which is super dangerous. But they seem to have fixed the issue, and they seem to be an excellent pad. So people say that these pads are exceptional. So I've gone the Galfas Advanced and Pro. Couldn't get both Pros. Don't really know what the difference is too much yet. I don't know. I'd have to look into them a bit more. It's kind of really small writing on the descriptions. But they should be good, as long as the backing plates don't come off. I also bought a KMC. What's going on with me zoomy? Let me focus. I also bought a KMC chain. What is going on here with my focus? My phone's got ADD. Can't focus. So yeah, the KMC 12 speed apparently is good. Let me give it a little wipe. Maybe we've got something going on here. Or just poor light. Probably poor light. But anyway, yeah. I got this thinking, it'd be nice to have a bit of bling. It's gold, whatever. But all the reviews on this KMC chain say that it's garbage. It's not garbage. It's just not as smooth as a GX or an XT or a, yeah, it's just not that good for 12 speeds. But we'll see. I might give it a crack. We'll see how we go. We got code RSC levers. So I got code calipers that came on the Trek, which I swapped out for full XT brakes. And I'm deciding that I'm going to go back to the codes. So we got code levers, code RSC levers, code calipers. Should be good to go. Now, mistakes made on this bike build so far. First mistake is, why the hell can't I zoom my bike in? There we go. Zoom my camera in. There's probably too much information going on there. Too much input. WTB Volt saddle. I have just found my favourite saddle. So I've always liked the WTB Volt. It's not the most comfortable saddle on the planet, but it's very, very, very close. And it's the most comfortable one I've been able to find for a long time. But after testing the Marin e-bike, I found the Marin saddle was it's just superior. It was just so good. It was so comfortable. So I think I'm going to get a Marin. I think it's the Entity Void. I think it's on Bicycles Online. The Marin Entity Void is the saddle. So I may get that, and this might not even make it onto the bike. It probably will, but we'll see. Now, back to the mistakes. So the only real mistake I've made so far, 2 mistakes. This here, when I bought this wheel, this Flow MK3, I thought it was the wheel with the new Neo hub, the new Stans Neo hub, but it was an old stock with the old Stans Neo hub. So I got the old Stans Neo hub, which is troublesome. They always break, apparently. So that's not ideal. I got an SLX cassette on it because it was a HG or a Shimano hub body, free hub body. So that was a mistake, but didn't matter. Is what it is. I'll probably buy a different wheel in the future, or different hub in the future, and run maybe the new Stans EX3 rim, something super strong. The silliest mistake I made, and this is just a silly thing that we've probably all done. Sram Gx shifter. Oops, I got the EMTB, which is a single click, which I hate. I'm not into the single click. It's especially going back up to the easier gears. You want 3 or 4 at a time sometimes, as long as you're managing it right and you're not loading the pedals while you're clicking. So if you got an EMTB and you need a Sram Gx shifter, single click shifter, holler at me, because I have one. So I'm going to have to find a normal GX shifter. But that's the only real mistake I've made so far. I think 1-up dropper post, 180mm dropper, so that should be killer. I bought some new Tyre Levers as well, these Park Tool Tyre Levers, and they're cool. Nice short thing on them so they don't necessarily dig into your rim tape when you're trying to put tyres back on, if you have to use a lever to pop a tyre back on. But anyway, that's what I'm running. Bike should be here this week, so stay tuned. We're very close, and this thing's going to be a ripper. 27 wheels, long travel, 170 at the front, and a little bit less at the back. She's going to be a hitter. Have a guess what it is.